Okay, so roughed out the legs, roughed out the body. Now we have the three main elements of Chopper. Now we have to try to get the proportions right down. So the body is proportioned pretty much on model, but the legs that I've been looking at, it's a little too long here, this part. So that's a pretty easy fix. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this, the top part of his legs, the joint, his shoulder joint, on both of them, or just move them down. And then it's just a matter of just simple little fixes here and there, but that's actually pretty easy. So that's the nice thing about not everything as a separate piece. It's easier for you to make changes. You don't want to commit to making everything one piece until you're really sure that your model is proportionally correct. Alright, so I'm going to select these objects here. Oh, that's still grouped. Okay, so that's easy to do. So we go ungroup. Alright, now there we go. So just, you always want to rotate around and make sure you didn't select anything you didn't want. Okay, that's what we want. This part, this thin plating here, this cylinder joint, and then this piece here, this gougad or nurney, as they used to call those things back in the old days of making models by hand. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So you hold shift now so we can add to the selection. And I just want these objects. Now we also want this part as well. Okay. So now see what Tinkercad does. This is really cool. So these things are one piece selection now, and you can actually control their movement up and down just with this one arrow. So we're going to move these down. So I'm going to go to Snap Grid and turn it on to 1 millimeter. Okay. Hold the arrow and we're going to slide these down. Okay. Now since yours is might be a little bit different, you have to just kind of look and kind of get a feel for it. It's looking pretty good. Maybe just a little bit more, just a teeny bit. So now keep looking at your reference. I think that's it. It's pretty close. Might be just a tad. Short. So I'm just going to move it up just a teeny bit. There we go. I think that's good for now. Now, that doesn't mean we can't come back here later and make these changes. But so far, it looks pretty good. So now, I'm just going to make the adjustments here with these pieces. So, I'm going to use the down arrow key. Actually, no, I can't use the down arrow key. So I'm going to grab this part, slide that down. A little more. Okay. This one we're just gonna slide this part. Okay. And select the top one. And just move that up. That's too much. It's because it's right there on 1 millimeter snapping, so we'll go 0.25. There we go. All right. Looks good. Okay, so now that we have the legs proportioned, I'm going to get the body up to size. Right now it's too small. So we want this, the top of his shoulders here need to just barely touch, just slightly be over the top of this. So if we move these in now, select, you can use your arrow, slide it in close. You can see there's a big difference. So using my left arrow key, all right. Select this part. Yeah. So I'm going to make that bigger. The body and the head. So we're going to select the corner, hold Shift, and left mouse button drag. Okay. Oh, that looks noticeably better. Alright, we'll do it on the other side. Select that, Shift mouse button, left click. There we go. Let's get, that's almost exactly it. Because you need a lot of clearance for him to be able to rotate around. Alright, I think we can just go a little bigger. So drag here. Okay, that's good enough. I think that might be it. So I'm going to use the right arrow key, try to get that centered. I'm just using my eyes right now. It's not ideal, but it can get you pretty close. All right. You go a little bit bigger. So right corner. Okay, now he's off. So going to right arrow key. There, that's about right. Okay, and that's about how far you want the shoulders over. Okay, so now we marquee select. Okay. sure you're facing it, and you just use our right arrow key. Just gonna bump that back just a little bit. Okay. All right. Marquee, select that, hold shift, select the rest of it. Okay. Now, left arrow key. There we go. Need a little space so you can actually rotate. It's pretty good, guys. We're almost there. Getting there. Alright. I'm looking at this again. I think you might be too big. So, shift. Okay. It's a little better. I'm going to bump him over with the right mouse button. Yeah, it looks better. Just a little bit more. Raise him up a little bit. Okay. Looks pretty good. Alright, you should try to have it pretty close to this. Remember, we're doing this by eye, so it's okay if it's not exact. The idea is just have fun and try to make something, and you know, nobody's perfect, and you learn from it. Okay? So now that we've reached this stage, we're ready to start doing his head. So we'll come back and do that on the next lesson. See you then. Bye. Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.